Yo, what is up, guys? What is poppin'? We are here with the finals of the NPL versus our good friend Eric and his Reno Regis. Eric has had a crazy playoff run. He just sneaked into the playoffs at 7-5, but he took down the number one and number two seed in his conference, as well as like the number one seed in the league. And now he's facing us. We head into the finals with a 11-3 record, but it's definitely a tricky matchup, but a matchup that I would say is in my favor. And I built a squad that I'm pretty proud of. It's a very good squad, I would say, and it's a squad that, looking at what he brings, should win this game 9 out of 10 times, I would say. So I would say we hop right into the team, and then we'll go into the battle. So Gallade here is just going nuts versus my opponent. His only mon that kinda resembles Gallade check is the Comfy, which I knew would come, otherwise he would just lose to Gallade guaranteed. It has Sword Stance, Close Combat, Psychic Cut, and Ice Punch. It was really a toss up between Ice Punch and Poison Jab because like I knew Thingy would come, but he also has like a Dragon Knight, and I figured like a multi-skill Dragon Knight, if like he forces a defog with like a Scarf Rotom or something versus my Gallade, it can shoot one hit. If I'm a +2, just revenge me with a Sky Strike or a Hurricane or something. He has shown a tendency of running special Dragon Knight, and I wanted to be sure that I take on the Dragon Knight more because Comfy like takes 66 min from +2 Psycho Cut, so it's not really a counter. Yes, it can revenge with like Draining Kiss, but Draining Kiss, if he's defensive, is only a 3-hit KO. So if I chip it down a little, or like just not SD on the first time Gallic comes in, just attack, um, yeah, I'm like in a very good spot because I weaken it, get down to like 60, rinse repeat the process maybe, and then like go from there. But we'll see how that goes. Poison Jab would have been really nice in this match, not gonna lie. Looking at like knowing that he didn't bring the Dragon Knight, Poison Jab would have been really nice, but what can you do? So it has enough speed for Keldeo, by the way, not Adamant this time. I really want to bring Adamant, but I couldn't justify it with Keldeo around, so had to run Jolly. So next up is a Zapdos, a really clean Zapdos set, 192 HP, 8 defense, I think, HP flying, Thunderbolt, Roost, and Ancient Power with like 2 or 8. I would say 2 or 8. Modest special attack with an Expert Belt, and enough speed for Adamant Mamor and Adamant Dragonite. He didn't really have a reason to bring um, Jolly or Jolly Mammoth, Jolly or Timid Dragonite. I don't think he brings max speed Rotom either. So very solid set. 2 hit KOs his entire team after rocks, bar Meloetta, but Meloetta is like kind of checked by Max, so that's solid. Alomomola is a Soak Toxic set. Sadly brought both of his poison toxic resists or immunities, but I can still spam Toxic and Soak and pretty much take both of those on my own because a Soak Mega Venusaur does not beat an Alomomola 1 vs 1 unless he's offensive. So, and I figure he has to be like specially defensive to check Zapdos fairly well, unless I'm obviously HP flying, and to check something like Greninja, which I have on my squad. So I figured Arlo can take the thing on if needed, but Arlo is mainly here for a period from Meloetta and offensive Celesteela, physically offensive, and obviously the Mamoswine. So um, definitely a cool set. I can just spam Toxic, take away Stab from whatever wants to come in. Even Rotom can't 1v1 me if he switches in on a Soak, so that's pretty nice. Pretty standard set, like enough bulk and Fizz Def to never be 2 KO'd after rocks and lefties by an Element Life of Mammo, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Clefable here, kind of the glue on my team. Doesn't accomplish much in most matchups versus Eric, but I figured I had to bring it because it's a very solid insurance policy versus a Dragon Knight that gets out of hand versus a Calmant Meloetta versus a Calmant Keldeo. Unaware Clef checks all of those. Also checks a non-heavy slam offensive Celesteela, but I don't think he would bring that. Checks a Calmine Comfy, so had to bring it. It has Moonblast, Heal Bell, Moonlight, and a nice tag called Healing Wish, which allows me to play my Gallade and Zapdos more aggressively in the early game if I want to, and like just revive them. Like I could potentially lead off with Gallade turn 1, get an SD up and try to kill something, and then later Healing Wish it up after like Comfy died to my Gallade and put me low. So like then his only way of revenging me would be like Mammoth one's eye shot because I would be fairly low. I could go hard, collect from there, healing wish up, and win from there with Gallade. So that could be a plan. But it also helps Mug out, helps Pillow Swan out if I need it. Pillow Swan also not the greatest mon in this match, but a mon that I like had to bring because Dragon Knight, like DD Dragon Knight really is a threat. I needed rocks. Ferrothorn is a bad rocker versus him. Um, so I figured Pillow Swine would do the job. It also helps with stuff like Mammoth Swine because Pillow Swine is never too KO'd by life of Mammoth Swine Earthquakes, so that's fairly cool. And it like choose even a +1 Z Outrage from um, or Z Fly from what's called from Dragon Knight, so that's pretty cool. Ice Crash, Earthquake, Ice Shot, Stealth are pretty standard. And last but not least, I got my Curse Mark, Curse Recycle, Knock off Poison Jab. Pretty much looking at my opponent's squad, 1v1s everything bar the Mamoswine and bar Curse Vino with Earthquake, but Curse Vino with Earthquake um, is not a threat to be honest because like I can once I see the curse, I can go hard Zapdos. He probably has to have Curse Synthesis, Earthquake, and then he probably has Grass Step, so it's hard walled by Zapdos. And yeah, we can go from there. But besides that, checks Meloetta fairly well, checks Rotom super well. And with Heal Bell, I can take Willows if needed. It beats Celesteela 1 vs 1 if I get to +1 before it comes in, because otherwise Heavy Slams do a fuck ton. Beats Comfy 1 vs 1, even if it's like a Calm Mind variant, he needs to be at +4 or 5 to KO me, and even then, like I have the Yapapa barrier that I can recycle out off if needed. So looking at the team matchup, Zapdos goes in. I have to be mindful of Mamoswine. If I lose my Alomomola, that thing is gonna be a problem. I have to be mindful of Meloetta because I have to identify its set. If it's Specs, I can't allow my Mug to get weakened too much because Specs actually can do over 50, and like if I have to switch in hard once I'm weakened, I'm pretty much forced to recycle over and over again, and he can just like keep me low. So we have to be very mindful of that. And if he crits me, then like I'm in a bad spot. But let's see how that goes. Yeah, Mega Venusaur and Celesteela I don't think are big threats because I could zap those. Rotom, not a big deal. Yes, I don't switch in well into Rotom, but I get Zapdos, I can get delayed, it can always revenge it. If I get rocks up, Rotom ain't a big threat. So I decide to lead off with my Zapdos. Yes, he leads Rotom, and he's shown a tendency of bringing lead Rotom to a lot of games. I think in both of his playoff matches he brought it. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but he brought lead Rotom a lot. I figure he will just go for the Volt Switch here, but it's gonna be nice for me to get damage off and see what kind of speed it has. Because if Rotom doesn't outspeed my Zapdos here, I'm fairly convinced that Mamoswine or Mega Venusaur won't outspeed my Zapdos as well, or either. That's the word I think. And I get the Ancient Power off, and if I get the boost here, ooh, things are looking clean for me. Things are looking really clean if I get the boost turn 1. So far with the Ancient Power, I outspeed Random Information, I do 55, reads to be max HP, and this Volt Switch does a lot, so he's definitely modest and invested Rotom. Not a big deal. Mamoswine comes in, and I can just go hard into my Alomomola, and that's a decent chunk. 33 adamant damage for sure. I will go for the Wish here. There's 38 on the next turn. At this point, I think those are rolls, and now like um, now, like he does 29 while being soaked, and I'm like, yeah, like is this banned or not? And then like it hits me, and I'm like, oh yeah, this has to be metronome. So now that I protect, I thought that metronome actually like would reset to 1, and like I calc shit wrong. I knew it was metronome. He has 39, and I'm like, yeah, fuck that. But like at 43, I figured like my calcs told me like I should live, but I calced it wrong. Like I calc like not maxed out metronome. I thought he was at like 1.4 in this next turn, and I'm like I was very confused because I calced it wrong and didn't know how metronome worked, and that it even like adds on the like on my protect. So I make a huge misplay. I should have just protected. If I protect and wish stall this Mamoswine, I beat this 1 vs 1. If I protect here, Metronome Mamoswine, yes, it does a fuck ton of damage, but like it can't really beat my Alomomola 1 vs 1. Yes, max out Earthquake can do over 50, I think, fairly sure. Um, depending on his investment, but by just wish protecting with leftovers, he does like 4% more every turn, or 6% more every turn, or 10% more every turn, and I can like potentially reset the counter by going hard into Zapdos on one Earthquake, and then like fire off a T-Ball to revenge it, because Ice Shot from Silk Mammoth does not kill me. And then like he is kind of, where Zapdos, he's kind of forced to either switch out um, Ice Shot me, which means he's a dead Mamoswine, and Alamomola is still around and pretty much won't be he won't be able to kill that thing. So like really he doesn't have, like, besides Rotom, which is already at less than 50%, and Mega Venusaur, which I can soak, as well as like a potentially Specs Meloetta, nothing really can kill me. I can like pretty much abuse his entire team with Alamomola. So here I make the absolute dumbest play in the world and just go for the Toxic, because like as I said, I was confused about the counter of thingy of like Metronome and shit like that. So yeah, I clicked Toxic here, and this is like the worst play ever. Like I saved my worst play or worst game of the season for the finals, and this is absolutely dumb on my side. Like I hate it when I play bad. I usually never play bad. I have like a sick rhyme. Unlike I've won like 50 of my last 60 or last 55 matches. Like I'm in a really good shape right now. I'm playing incredibly well. I have like won 7 in a row, 8 in a row in the NPL, and yeah, it's like it's really annoying, because like I hate myself for playing like shit. I should have just gone for Protector, gone to Zapdos, and then go from there. Like there was no reason for me to stay in. Like I figured there was like this would be the time where he potentially should switch out, even so, because like I thought Earthquake wouldn't do as much. So I figured like even if he switches out, like he was kind of, I was better off like just protecting or going into Zapdos than staying in and go for Toxic, because if he switches out, he goes into Cellar or Venusaur, because he knows I don't have a move that touches them at all unless I soak them. So I make the dumbest play in the world, and he knocks me out, and I'm like, yeah, fuck that. Like at this point, I'm like, yeah, this game is gonna be hard to win, because now whenever Mamoswine comes in, it's getting a kill, and I'm like, ooh, that's not good. That's not good. I have to play really aggressively around this Mamo to make some plays here, but I go for the T-Bolt here. Probably obviously doesn't sack his Memo. I can revenge the Rotom here, which is good for Gallet, because if he's a Will-O-Wisp, it wasn't set up for this, so that's nice. Now Meloetta comes in, and like my mark if he specs is my dedicated switch in, but I have a feeling the way he brings it in, it's definitely gonna be Pirouette, because like Specs Specs Meloetta doesn't give him anything if he brings it in now, because if I go into Mach, he just loses momentum. I can just knock off the Mamoswine incoming, or double out into Gallade, which probably would have been my play. But I decided to still go into Mach, because even if this is like this is Pirouette Meloetta, my Mach actually beats it 1 vs 1, because I get Curse, and Meloetta can't set up on anything. So if he doesn't put me to sleep here, I win. He does 24%, which means he's not Jolly, but he's like Naive or Hasty, and that he probably is Silk Scarf, which is annoying, because Silk Scarf return does like 70 to Mach, and yeah, he gets to sleep. Super unfortunate, because like I could have just cursed up on this return at 26%, and then like I would have taken less than 50 from the Silk Scarf return, and then I could have just like recycle up over and over again. I have to burn a turn of sleep here, click recycle, I get the Apapa back, but now like I have to go into my Pillow-Swine, sack that off, because it's the least useful member. But like this um this sleep on Mark like really is huge, because yes, he showed me after the game, he showed me that he was cursed, not cursed, he was a raw Venusaur, but I definitely would have gone up to +1 at least on this thingy. Could have recycled up and get a big hit off on Venus, so like um he was kind of forced to raw me out. If he went into like Mamoswine on a turn where I like was at a nice amount of health and wasn't pretty much forced to recycle potentially, I could have gone for a knockoff, do like over 50 with a +1 knockoff, and like kind of make this thing less useful, because then like Pillow-Swine would have been able to take it on from full. So I have to go into Pillow-Swine here, and I go for the Ice Shot to put it in range of Moonblast, but I should have gone for Roxy, because I figured I was dying anyway, and Rox actually would have helped me a lot in late game to get some chip off on Comfy and Mamoswine. But here I make another bad play and just go for the Ice Shot, because like even if I don't get the Ice Shot damage off, and he kills me here, or like I get the rocks up and he doesn't kill me because it reveals to be not high jump kick or not close combat. I don't know which move it gets, but he's only returned, so I could have gotten on my Roxy and forced everything to take chip, but yeah, it didn't work out. I went for the ice shot play, but I should have just clicked rocks because even if like if I get up rocks and don't get damage off, I can go hard into my Gallade, click Psycho Cut or close combat to knock it guaranteed out, and go from there. So yeah, I shot another misplay. Yes, I put it in range of Clefable, but that's pretty much it. I do 19%, which shows that he's probably hasty. Um, Probably hasty thingy. Or I just got two pretty high rolls and he can knock me out with two returns. Now, like, things are looking bad. I have to go into Clef here, fire up a Moonblast, and I'm pretty much forced into this play. And yeah, now I go to Zapdos as he pulls a nice double switch into Mamoswine. Very well played, Eric. I'm not gonna lie, like, it was kind of an obvious switch, but there was nothing I can do about the switch. Like, even if I stay in and fire up the Moonblast, I don't gain much. The only play I could have made was going hard into Gallade, and then like I didn't want to catch a Sludge Bomb if he stayed in, and like didn't want to be forced to click CC. Like I could have made a big boy play going to Gallade on this double and SD up, or just Psycho Cut the Comfy on the switch in, which actually would have given my Muk another turn of another chance to like um, another chance to wake up, but like I figured Zapdos was the best player. He had contemplated going for the HP Fly, but he has no reason not to click Ice Crash because everything is too killed by Ice Crash into Earthquake. And now I make another stupid misplay. Like as I said, I played this game like incredibly bad, which is unfortunate because it was the finals, and I haven't played a bad game in a while. So I go hard into Gallade because my calcs tell me I make a Gallade not too killed by Ice Crash into Ice Shot, which is nice, so I could get off damage, force it out, and then like later healing wish it back up. But what I forgot is that regular Gallade has 30 points less in defense, so I will take 90 from this Ice Crash. And I'm like, the minute I saw it was Mega, I was like, oh god, how can you be so stupid? Like, how do you do it, Aki? How do you do it? Why are you so dumb? Like, I don't know what was on my mind yesterday. I just played this game so terribly bad. It's like it's really embarrassing to show it off. Like it's yeah, it's not what I expect from myself at all. Like I usually play like a goat, which I am. So I go into my clef now. Now I'm forced to healing wish already, which means I have one more sack to Mamoswine at some point. Can go for the earthquake here. Healing wish goes off. I can get Gallade in for free, and now like this is an important turn. Like if I Psycho Cut here, I probably am in a better spot versus Comfy because Psycho Cut does like 7% more or so on Comfy, and this those 7% could come in handy later. But I kind of am forced to close combat, and I will do just that. As he brings in the Comfy, like I knew it was coming, but had I SD'd up on this turn, I actually would have won the game because I could have SD'd up a second turn, knocked this thing out from full with the Psycho Cut, and actually beat everything. Because I think without the without the Rocky Helmet damage, two Draining Kisses from Comfy would not have put me in Ice Shot range from Mamoswine because Ice Shot does less than 30 for sure. Like that's like 27, I think, and these Draining Kisses are doing a max of 37. So unless he got like two max rolls or two super high rolls, he would have not have gotten me in range of Ice Shot, and I definitely would have been able to win the game because at +4, knockout Comfy, Mamoswine comes in, hoping he can revenge kill me, doesn't, drops. Celesteela, it wasn't max defense, he was a set that is guaranteed outcut by close combat, would have dropped. Venusaur would have dropped. Melora was not in his thingy form anymore, would have dropped as well. So SD would have been my play here. Couldn't pull it off because Mamoswine is such a threat. And like he didn't even had a reason to like yes he kinda had a reason to save it because Zapdos is a thing, but um clicking Earthquake with Mamoswine there was like a low risk, high reward play because if I SD up, he just like two kills me with Earthquake into Ice Shot, and then like it's GG, or it just puts me in range of Comfy. And like if he loses this thing, he still has a Comfy at full health. He has a Celesteela at full health, and would have been tough for me to like set up and get damage off on the comfy and win with my Gallade. So clicking Earthquake on his part like would have been a fine play, but now like I get the chip off, which like is nice, but it's not like the best thing. He goes for the taunt, and now I have to pull a double switch into my Gallade because Mamoswine can come in, which I do, and now is the turn where I SD up. Um, Sadly, because like I because it didn't go for the Psycho card early in the game, I would have done a little bit more, and then he maybe would have been in range of like my plus 2 Psycho card. But what I actually should have done was go for another Psycho card on the switch out here, not going for the SD. Another bad play, because had I gone for another Psycho card, could have sacked my Mug. If he switches out into Mamoswine, I can pretty much SD up versus it, and then or he pretty much is forced to then click Earthquake versus me. I could have knocked it out, sack Zapdos on whatever wants to come in on the comfy, and then beat it with a T-Bolt because it would have been low, and then I could have won with Gallade because I set up on everything. Nothing can kill me from where I was at, and the only chance he had of beating me was by clicking Hyper Voice, which he actually had, or Relic Song with Meloda and either knock me out with the Hyper Voice, which he wouldn't, because he wasn't invested in special attack, and or get the sleeve, and heading on the sleeve, yeah, that would have been GG, but going for Psycho Cut here would have been my best play for sure, but I was at this point in the match, I was so fucked up by everything what happened, by how bad I played. I forgot that Draining Kiss recovers more than the usual draining moves like Drain Punch and Giga Drain. And I forgot how that it would have gone almost back to full. So Psycut sadly won't be able to knock him out. Had I gone a crit here, would have been GG. But now Comfy yes, I can knock it out with the next Psychic cut. But now I'm in range of the Mamoswine. And had I not taken the Rocky Helmet chip earlier, had I just clicked Psychic cut there, I would have been out of range because I would have been at 32. Mamoswine does 28 max, 27 max with Ice Shot, and I would have won right here. So yeah, played it super bad, and now I get the deserved loss. I can just click Earthquake and then Ice Shot twice. I tried to roost up, bait him into going for going for EQ here, but there's no reason for him to not spam Ice Shot because of Metronome. And this Mamoswine is gonna beat my ass. I go for the Ancient Power and do absolutely nothing. He reveals to be kind of Spadaf Memo. To had 116 EVs and Spadaf or something, and this is gonna be GG. It is not Aki, it is Eric. Another season of the NPL where we fall short, but this time we didn't get hexed out, even though the sleeve was unfought on mark, really was unfought. Forced me to sack another mon, another answer to Mamoswine. But this loss is entirely on me. I played this game like absolute crap. I don't know what hit me with the Alamomola. I don't know what hit me with the Gallade and versus the Comfy and the Mamoswine. I don't know why I didn't click rocks um, with my Pillow-Swine, because that would have gotten off necessary chip on this thing on Comfy and actually would have helped me win the game. But yeah, I didn't make any play necessary in order to win the game, and this is unfortunate. I saved my worst game of the year, or even my worst game in 2 years. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I played that badly in such an important match. Um, really frustrating. It was a grueling season, 12 weeks, where we went on a nice run in the second half, beat every one of our division opponents, fucked everyone up in the playoffs. I think we went 5-0 and 5-0, and then we fall short in such a game that I'm fairly convinced, without taking anything away from Eric. He played a terrific game, pulled a nice double into Mamoswine, pressured me a lot with his offensive stuff like Meloetta and Mamoswine, which I think were very smart brings, especially the Silk Scarf Meloetta. Silk Scarf for the extra damage output, very nice bring there. But yeah, he made the plays necessary, but I think the squad that I built um, has we definitely would win 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 matchups. I'm very convinced by that, because I just needed to play Gallade a little bit different than I did it now, so that I needed to play differently that I did in this game. So yeah, this loss definitely on me, and I'm like I wasn't mad after the game. Like I usually am mad when I lose in playoff matches, but I didn't get hexed out. Like I was just sad and frustrated at myself because like I feel like I let myself down. I let people down that helped me prep. Like Gypsy showed, like for example, Gypsy and Maddie, they showed big support throughout the playoffs and throughout the season. Helped me build some well, not like they gave their advice in some matchups for sure. You know, like this finals team, I probably built to 99% on my own. I just like the only help I needed was like deciding on a last move on flat or something, or like on which spreader to use on Zapdos. But besides that, like I pretty much built everything on my own, and I'm very proud of the squad. And I also feel like I let the squad down because this squad, my team was, even though I only went 9-3 and not 10-2 or 11-1 or 12-0, I think my team was the best team all season. Especially after I made some changes. Like the only games I lost were games where I didn't try to win, pretty much, besides one, and this one, like I felt like got hexed out. And besides that, I was pretty much unbeatable. Like I don't think I had any kind of close win. I think when I won like 4-0, 5-0, 3-0, 6-0, a couple 2-0s in there, but I never had like a 1-0 win or something. I pretty much dominated any opponent in my way when I put thought into my build, and like I think I was by far um, the favorite to win it all once playoff teams were set because of my matchup versus the other squads and by how good of a run I was on. And yeah, I don't know if my NPL friends will agree with me there, but I think I was up until this point I was by far the best team in the league, even though like other guys had a slightly better record. Like one team had a better record, and another one had as good of a record as I did. But I felt like I played as well as anybody this season, and it's like such a letdown to not play to my like I didn't even play half as good as I usually do. Like I played like absolute shit, and this is like unacceptable. I don't know why. Maybe I was tired. Like I was tired, but like I always am tired, so it didn't really matter. And I don't know why I'm rambling now, but like I'm very happy for Eric. Like this is Eric's first chip. He had a terrific playoff run. He played great last two games to make it into the playoffs, and he deserves every bit of this championship for sure. But still feels like another year that should have been my season. It was like at some point, like after I went to like 6-3, 7-3, 8-3, there was like no doubt in my mind that I will win this chip. After I like beat Chip in the first round of the playoffs, I was like, there's no way I'm allowing my boy Sebi to beat me in the semifinals, and I crushed him. Like yes, I got a little bit lucky there, but I crushed him. I built like a terrific team that like I don't think would have ever lost versus what he brought. Even if he like got lucky, even if I didn't get lucky with my Zapdos, and yeah, like when I saw like Eric made the finals, I was like, ooh, matchup is clean. Like Gallade food everywhere. Like I was so convinced um that I would win this game, and like I feel like my prep was as good as it could have been, even though like I wasn't happy with some stuff that I had to bring, like Muk. I just had to bring Muk for Meloetta, but like I definitely would have liked to have like Greninja in the last spot, but like you gotta play it safe, man. And I played it safe during prep, and I didn't play it safe during this match, so that is unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. But as I said, congrats to Eric. He made the necessary plays to win. Yes, I'm kind of devastated right now that I didn't win because it were some grueling months. Months, let me tell you. Like we started the season probably like 4 months ago, and in early January, it's been 4 months. I've played this league for the entirety of the year up until now, and yeah, to make it to the finals finally again in the NPL, and then come up short, like it's tough. It's tough. Obviously, I'm not like gonna be too hard. I had a bunch of finals losses. I'm not gonna be too hard on myself. But I had a bunch of finals losses in my life. Um, but this league is the one league that I'm dying to win, and yeah, I definitely will be back next season, and I will still think that I'm the greatest player in this league, and I will win the title again. But to go again through 4 months of regular season and playoffs to make it to the finals, and like winning in Mons is hard. it's really hard, and like um, especially like winning in playoffs where one mistake, like this time losing my alma mater, where one mistake um, takes the game pretty much away from you. Like it's really tough to actually win chips, and I don't think people recognize this enough. Yeah, they say Aki he won like 8 chips. Like he can't tell it's hard, but it's like it's crazy how much work you gotta put in order to be good at mods. You can't like you can't you can't stop learning in mods. You gotta always try to improve. Always like think about like ways to different ways to attack your opponent with what you got. You gotta be open to different play styles. You gotta be you can't play scared because like your matchup is bad or something. You gotta be aggressive all the time. You gotta yes you can play sometimes, but you gotta play it right. You gotta be sharp, and in this game I wasn't, which is sad. Sorry for rambling like for like I think 10 minutes or so, but it's like just something I needed to get off. Because like I just think that people like yes, Mons is like a game for kids, yada yada yada, but it's still a strategic game, and I'm very proud of being good in this game, even though it doesn't give me any personal success or something. But it's something that like um, that I certainly appreciate being good at because I'm not good at many things, and being good at Mons is something that I take pride in, and I that helps me be confident in myself potentially. So this finals loss, it really is tough for me, but I definitely will bounce back. I promise you, I will get another chip soon. Maybe in the ITL, maybe in the IDM where we're on a good run. Maybe next season of the NPL, who knows? Which would probably like be this year too. I think we will start in like May or June. Not May or June, August or September. We're already in May, my bad. And then like play the season until December. So maybe I will win that one, and maybe I can make it to 9 chips this season, to 10, maybe to 11 if I win all my leagues. But yeah, we'll see about that. But one thing that like I really needed to let you all know is yes, people like me, we take this game too serious. There are a lot of guys who take this game as serious as me. You see a lot of guys getting mad over this. But like with this match, like I can't be mad at Eric. You can never be like be mad at your opponent unless he like timer stalls you out and timer slots you out on in a Wi-Fi match, but this point, like this match is entirely on me. Felt like if we play this game again 7 or 8 times, I'm winning all of them. But yesterday I didn't, so I gotta live with that. Bounce back strong and hopefully win the IDM and ITL as like um, as a way of making up for this. Thank you for like everyone who watched my battles this season. Thank you for like all the guys in the NPL. It's been a fantastic season. Everyone is like we're all friends in this league, which is nice. Even like the new guys, they have been a pleasure to play against and to have in the chat. Gotta say that. Shout outs to my boys from the from Mount Rushmore, Matty Brolic, Iron Flash Gaming, Gypsy King, for always like showing support, for trolling a little bit in Zazo's case, and for helping me build, come up with strats in moments where I couldn't identify what I wanted to bring. Um, but yeah, your support means a lot, guys. It's for sure. And yeah, I hope you guys still enjoyed this match, even though I played it really, really badly and it's not the content I want to put out. But it happens. We will be able to bounce back, I'm sure, and then maybe we win next season. Maybe it's that. I definitely am dying to win this league again. I think it will be if I win the NPL again, even though you might say it's like not the most competitive league in the world. I think it is one of the best leagues in the world because we really got a bunch of very good players. And like I think if I win this league again after trying so hard for so long, I think it will be my greatest accomplishment in months for sure. Like that I like over the course of my career in the format. But we'll see how that goes. I hope you guys enjoyed the game and my speech here at the end. Leave a like and a comment if you did. Congrats to Eric again. Terrific season. Very inspirational playoff run. And yeah, I am gonna catch you in the next video. See ya.